Am I being dramatic for being greedy and rude while planning my wedding? My fiancé and I are in the midst of planning our wedding, and last night, he accused me of being greedy and rude. Here's the background: I come from a wealthy family and have diligently managed finances. My father gifted each of his daughters $120,000 for their weddings. While my sisters used all of it, I chose to allocate $70,000 for the wedding and $10,000 for our honeymoon, setting aside $40,000 for future children's expenses. My dad agreed, but only if I could make the wedding fit within that budget. This decision wasn't made lightly. When I got engaged 5 months ago, I initially considered utilizing the entire amount for a grand European wedding. However, I ultimately realized that prioritizing our financial stability was far more important than a lavish celebration for just one day. Although my fiancé has been supportive, he has accused me of dragging my feet on planning due to indecisiveness. The reality is that I feel overwhelmed by the thought of spending so much on one day while also managing everything else. Last night, I asked for his help in reviewing venues for an upcoming tour on Monday. He rushed through the options, which led me to feel stressed and eventually cry. I wanted to ensure that we were vetting the venue's prices before making any bookings, but this frustrated him. He called me rude for not wanting to use all the money for a wedding that he's dreamed of, arguing that overspending was acceptable because it's our special day. He envisions a grand celebration with a large guest list. He criticized my choice of a venue I liked, an old library that accommodates 180 guests and fits within our budget, saying that I was being rude for keeping my guest list to 60 so he could invite 120 of his family members. Furthermore, he accused me of being greedy for wanting to save the remaining money and claimed I looked like I was hoarding it. He insisted that since we are financially comfortable, saving for future children shouldn't concern me. He even mentioned that our wedding planner supposedly said I was being greedy, but later admitted he made that up to illustrate his point about my rudeness. I believed I was being financially responsible by wanting to save the extra money, but now I find myself questioning whether I've made the right choices. Am I being unreasonable?